Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier and I will be your warden for the evening. If you don't know this channel is Shadows of Archonia, and this is where we play lots of tabletop role-playing games. As you can see, we are remote tonight. On Fridays, we are in person at a table in the other room. And I nodded my head like that would help people understand where the room is. Yeah, we are in our second of two sessions of Mothership here. We are playing the starter adventure from the game, another bug hunt. And I think when we last left off, Tony was infected, had lost and then regained his self-control temporarily, but has indicated a desire to burn himself down along with the building that he's in. Thusly, Betty and Noah were... Hold on, let me bring up the map that we were using last time. Here we go. Betty and Noah were going to get into the vehicle and drive away. You're in the garage area there. But upon opening the vehicle, you found a dude in there covered in paper cuts, which of course is the first symptom of this carcinid infection. And holding a grenade with the pin removed. He is sat on the ground of this APC with, hugging his knees, holding the grenade, sort of rocking back and forth, bleeding and whispering. And then I flipped you off and into the stream. So, also in the room with you guys is another Marine who is clearly fully zombified by these carcinids and has been digging a hole in the ground here. And I guess technically Nate's in here fully zombified. So yeah, basically the gang's all here. Two of them only partially here. Let me ask you this. Let's say this vehicle is sort of in this top four. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor at all, but this area of like the top four little squares of the garage there. And that the garage door exit that it will drive out through is right there along the wall as well. The hole that is being dug is, just over to the other side of the garage. Where do you think you guys are all positioned right now? I would imagine Noah and Betty are standing behind the vehicle, having just opened the ramp.
Right.
I'm not clear on where Tony would be.
I mean, I assume so. My picture of it was pretty much that, but with the hole on the other side.
Okay.
And I kind of saw Tony as just being on the kind of as far away as he could be from the hole, because that's where I pictured all these barrels of fuel being.
Got it. Okay. So regarding the barrels of fuel, so if the hole is this is kind of how I had it in my head. The APC over here with the garage door, the hole kind of right here, and the barrels of fuel against the back wall where there isn't a garage door. So do you think you'd be by the fuel? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're kind of over here. If that grenade were to go off inside the vehicle, you'd be the one person to not get hit.
Of course.
Do you think the walls of the... I think the walls of the APC could hold a single frag grenade blast.
Yeah, the A is for armored.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, but
he didn't leave the, back of the tank, right?
No, he's still inside.
Yeah, so if I were to duck behind, I'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The question is, are we quick enough to close it?
Well, the question
That's
is he even throwing it? He's just sitting there holding it.
No, you're saying he's holding it with it closed off.
Yeah. He's got it in both hands. He's got his knees up. I can't do it in this chair. He's got his knees up. He's just rocking back and forth, holding a grenade.
And the pin has been pulled. And are we using movie logic? Where, like, you pull the pin and...
Yeah, but he's still got the clip held. Yeah.
Okay, where you can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, movie logic.
Okay. That's horrifying. Someone do something.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Tony,
so
did you end up keeping any of your guns, by the way? Because I know you gave us most of them.
No, I'm pretty sure I gave you all of them.
You didn't even keep the one for the Sudoku method, so you don't have to become a bug.
you mean the seppuku?
Yeah, I mean yeah, I know. I said it wrong on purpose.
It took me a minute. Like I knew what you were saying, but I didn't know why you said Sudoku.
Dude, I guess you don't care. You swear on your
I
channel. It's
probably
fine.
gave you my pulse rifle and I gave you the pulse rifle, the combat shotgun, and the SMG. But I'm pretty intent on burning down with the rest of this.
Oh, true. So you didn't need the revolver or anything. Okay, that's fair. That's super fair. Okay.
Fair. All right. Well, so now I got to throw it to you two. Tony, from where he's standing, probably hasn't even seen this guy. So what are Betty and Noah going to do?
I guess, I mean, I could try and jump on the guy and wrap my hands around his hands. That way, Noah could try to get the pin put back in.
Oh, okay.
So as you guys are discussing this in front of the open door of the APC, he doesn't look up or react to you at all.
Okay. I'd like to discuss it, like, not right in front of the door, but, like, maybe we're on opposite sides, being a little bit smart about it.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh.
So I've seen the infection exactly 3 times, and I guess he would be the 4th. Yeah, he'd be the 4th time because Betty didn't get infected at all, right?
Right, but Cindy's previous character, Nate, got infected. Tony got infected. And this guy digging the hole. So, yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, and then this... Okay. And I read that field journal notes about, like, some of... well, like, what people think is going on. At a glance, can I tell what stage of infection he's at? Using pathology or xenobiology?
Yeah,
Or
go ahead.
exobiology?
Go ahead and roll that for me.
You want exo for plus 20 or patho for 15?
You can use the exo.
Okay, sick.
Given that you now know it is of alien origin.
Okay, and then this is, for a reminder, I get to add intellect plus 20, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I need to roll
Where's
under
the-
a 70, not 70, yeah, 71
yeah.
for this. Yep.
Okay.
It's been 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't have your sheet in
Oh
front of me, but
my
that sounds
Lando.
right.
I rolled
What'd
an
you get?
83.
You rolled
Technically,
83?
I didn't roll a percent dice, but I'm just going to pick this as the bigger number because I looked at that first. So 83.
Okay. Take stress.
Okay.
You are too stressed out by everything happening, understandably,
Yeah.
to logically process what stage of the infection this guy must be in. That said, it's easy to tell that he's not quite as far gone as Tony and Hole Diggy Guy. Or, well, maybe Tony, but he might be a little further gone than Tony, actually. But because he's not responsive, right? But he's also not, like, performing drone work. So he's somewhere in the lower end.
So, Betty, I want to try and convince one of these guys to, like, jump on the grenade, because if they don't, all the babies are going to die because the explosion is going to probably light this place up like a matchbox.
Okay.
Nate, the hive is in danger, and I point at the dude in the tank. Oh, and maybe we should tell Tony what's happening. Tony, this guy has a grenade.
Yeah, Tony's just trying to spread this fuel as well as he can all over the place.
So you ignore that comment?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, Nate doesn't react to you when you talk.
Betty, should we try and reason with him? See if he has any of his brain left?
I suppose it's worth a shot. Maybe he's got just enough. Hey, you got any brain left?
Nate will look up at you for a second, and then they just keep digging.
Wait,
I
were
was
they
talking
talking
to
to
the guy
Nate or the guy in the APC?
I was talking to the guy in the APC.
Oh, excuse me. He doesn't respond at all. He doesn't even look up at you.
Yeah, only I got any brain cells left.
We either try to save the APC or just get the hell out of here and hoof it.
Do I know what would happen if I shot a grenade with a laser rifle? Or a pulse rifle?
It would either blow up or it wouldn't.
I think I just shoot him.
You shoot the guy?
Well, he's holding the grenade. I don't think I could not hit him. You know what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
So-
I'm wondering what your goal is.
Well,
what do you
here's how I
want
think.
to happen?
I want to like melt the grenade, but I guess it's a pulse rifle, not a plasma rifle, so it's not really gonna melt it. Or if I kill the guy, he'll let go of the grenade, and it'll just blow up inside the APC, and hopefully the APC still works. I don't know. We're kind of running out of ideas. Either that or we just run.
It's up to
It's
you and Betty.
It's
No,
that's
not
pretty
that
risky.
The warden was asking me something, so yes, I was answering what I wanted.
Yeah. But yeah, it's up to you two.
Wait, if we just drive with the back door open, what if he just falls out with a grenade? Just rolls out, because he hasn't responded to us at all.
It's not a bad idea.
It's getting more dangerous in this place by the
At
second.
this point, Tony has finished spreading the fuel to really light this place up. And
I think we
he
gotta
knows
move.
that you guys have not left yet. So he comes over and looks around into the APC, sees this guy, and approaches this guy. Does he react?
No, he does not react to your approach.
I try and take the grenade from him.
Oh my god, I step back. I step back to the side of the wall, like behind where the APC wall would protect me.
Yeah.
Like, still
Okay.
trying to keep it from going off just yet, but I'm trying to, will he let me just take it from him?
I know Tony's like
And
resigned
you know
his
what?
life, but that's still
To
incredibly ballsy.
To further what I want from this, if he will let me take it from him and just is completely unresponsive, I'm going to take it and try and drag him out of the back of the APC. If he does not let me take it, I'm going to try and still hold on to it in his hands and throw him out of the APC.
As you walk closer, you hear him muttering things like, I can hear them. I want to go to the hive. I want to go back to the hive. He does look up now that you're actually inside the vehicle. He looks up at you when you get close. He's still just muttering. You cannot tell without trying to do it whether he's going to fight you.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna squat down, get down to like face to face, and try and look him in. Like, can I look him in the eye
Yes.
and say to him, "Let's go to the hive."
Hive. He gestures up at the navigation console in the APC.
I say, "No, no, no. The hive's with me. Follow me to the hive." So what I'm trying to do is get him out of the back of the APC.
Yeah, I get you. I'm just pondering whether that's a roll. I don't think it is. I think I'm going to roll odds or evens to see if it works. He looks like he believes you, and if you were to put a hand on him and gently guide him out, he will follow you.
Yeah. So at this point, my intent is to guide him out, let these two fuck off, and then I'm going to try and wrestle that grenade from him, not really giving a shit if I succeed or not.
Copy that. All right,
Because
you two driving
either
off?
way, it's going to go off.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
Hopping in as fast as possible.
You want to drive? You drive.
Or I'll drive. Probably best.
All right. Yeah, you guys get in the APC, and you notice that the nav screen is already set to the Heron terraforming station, and all the controls work just fine. And now you know from your mission briefing that station is sort of the other part of this colony. You've got this facility here, and then you've got the terraforming station nearby.
So I remember there were like very deep treads in the road at the beginning of the session last time.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I don't know the map, or there is a map. I asked Betty, I think we should follow the tracks because that implies somebody is cogent enough to drive a car.
Now that you have the garage door open, you see that those tracks come here. They just went around this place to the garage.
Oh.
You saw those tracks out front. But there are more tracks leading in the direction of the terraforming station, which the nav screen is already set to.
I guess that's the only option then.
Okay. Because we don't have any way off the planet, right?
We can radio beacon.
You can't contact your ship from here, but there is a radio beacon at the terraforming station.
We could just drive to it.
And you know if they don't hear from you in 10 hours, they'll come looking.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hope there are flares in this thing.
Let's just make clear that we are exiting stage left, or right, as it were.
Yeah, so you guys are out, and Tony, how long do you wait for them? How far away do you need them to be before you do this?
Like about how much, like how good of a click do they seem to be moving when they take off? Like, are y'all inching along, or are you just?
I'm hauling ass.
All right, I'm gonna give it like count of 20.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wrestle that guy for the grenade.
All right, just for yucks, we're gonna do a roll about it.
Yep.
I think you can tell me whether it's strength or speed and what skill you would apply to it. Military training, maybe, or something along those lines.
I was hoping to use combat and use either athletics or military training.
You know what? Combat makes a certain sense here because he might fight you. So yeah, go for it.
All right, that's a 50, and that comes in under my 48 plus 10.
Ooh, all right. So you get the grenade away, successfully have it with the clip still on in your hand. And this guy has gone batshit now. He's shrieking, and when you turn, you see the other guy that was digging.
Yep.
Reacts to what's happening with you two. He sort of jerks, his head goes back, and 2-meter long crab legs shoot out of his neck.
Ooh.
Carson, it appears, and comes right at you.
Like the moment I see that, I just drop the grenade and hope for the best.
The last thing that we see of Tony is the Jeff Daniels in Speed style, just close up as the explosion's coming.
Oh man.
Betty and Noah, as you drive away, you hear powerful explosion. Looking back, you see the whole place go up in flames.
Boy, I hope that took a lot of them out.
Oh god, I hope they're because if we can't burn it alive, well then we're in for a hell of a problem.
Are either of you gonna actively look out the back window?
Yeah, I'm not driving, so I do.
Okay. So you see that guy come running out, the guy that was digging, but it's only the bottom half of him, and then the top half is torn open, and there's like this crab spider thing, gigantic. You don't even know how it fit in the man suit, and it's completely on fire, just screaming, falls down and dies.
Oh, thank God that last sentence came out.
And he gets bigger and bigger.
So I guess Betty couldn't see any of that.
Okay, I think they can die to fire.
Thank God.
God. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are now out and about. It is sort of a... I think it's... Hold on, it tells me exactly how long it is. 20 minutes in the APC to get to the terraforming station.
Are we...
Out of curiosity, can I walk into like the back of the APC and look for stuff while we're driving? There's not a door.
Well, I mean, you could drop the ramp, but like, why?
Well, I mainly want to find flares.
Oh, look for stuff in the vehicle.
Yeah. And I don't know if that would mean like I would need to like, get into like the back of the car or whatever.
Oh, no. It's all one big thing.
Okay.
You can, whatever's in there, you can look around. You don't find anything of interest to you, though.
No flares. Well, okay.
No flares.
Well, we keep driving, I guess.
Yep.
You sure we want to go to this other station? Not.
I mean, we could? Well, we gotta. Cody says, "Well, we gotta play the game. We can't just sit outside the flaming, flaming lab."
I don't
that's
think
what he
that
would.
A conversation wouldn't exist where two people would be like, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Yeah, I mean, y'all could try and get the hell where would you get the hell out of there to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I have enough supplies personally that so long we don't get attacked, I think I could survive 10 hours. But yeah, no, we just gotta keep going though. I think I left my Mohab unit back there, by the way, so I'm pretty sure that's gone.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys obviously didn't bring the samples that you were sent for, so everything's just burning down.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, other than what's on our person.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't grab them because I was only originally moving them to try and get Nate and Tony to like leave, thinking they were still savable. So I don't even care about those things.
So, are you guys just driving straight there then? I mean, the only other option would be to go back for some reason, maybe go to the landing site or to hoof it through the jungle, but there's no other destination that you know of.
Yeah.
I don't think hoofing it through the jungle's smart.
Yeah. There's at no point where we see like maybe a man-made dirt road because they realized this shit was fucked and they wanted to go live in the jungle. Nothing like that.
you don't notice
Really
anything like
fast.
that. No. But after you've been driving about 15 minutes, you start to see these carcinids moving in the trees.
Oh, hell no.
Oh.
There's several of them sort of popping in and out from behind cover. They are these like weird crab-like creatures. Actually, I don't think I have a full image of like an entire carcinid, but I do have this image of what that marine looked like when it was popping out of his neck.
Oh my god, that is worse than a xenomorph from.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
From
so imagine that, but without the guy wrapped around it.
Good luck sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. So that guy's happening. But they're running around in the trees, and they don't seem to be able to do anything to you while you're in the APC. But one of them does run to the side, jump at the vehicle, and bounce off the side. And you sort of get the idea that they might eventually try to figure out a way to get in.
I press the lock door button and roll up my window.
What that's gonna do anything? You an egghead or scrambled eggs? Or what are we gonna do?
We just gotta hope that there are other people still living. We obviously can't turn on the radio. No. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Forward then, I guess.
Yep.
The
Well,
next
you're
session-
driving, Betty.
All right,
So-
I always have my lists.
There are more and more of them appearing as you go on. You're getting pretty close to the station, but there's now like a mob of these things coming out, and you're not sure you're going to be able to get through them because they're packed so thick. And then you hear gunfire.
I hand you the Uzi, or do you want the comp? I'll give you the shotgun.
Well, you guys are in an armored vehicle, but you hear this gunfire from outside. And then you hear Ride of the Valkyries.
Wait, why are they playing on a radio? What the heck?
And there's an ATV comes blasting through the crowd with a bunch of Marines on it, just firing into these carcinids, sending them running. And they've got a boombox on the back of their ATV with the Ride of the Valkyries playing on it.
Jeez,
And then
did you see that?
they look at you through the windshield and gesture for you to follow them back to the station.
Okay, will do.
Surprisingly
Following those guys.
trusting.
They look like badasses.
Yeah, I'm more concerned that they're just having us follow them. Because they don't know if we're infected or not.
Well, they made eye contact with you through the thing. Through the windshield,
I don't
I'm
see
wearing a
any
full
other
body
I don't
vac.
see any of these damn things driving.
That's fair. Okay. Also,
All right.
I just want to double check Betty. Betty, are you wearing a full bodysuit of any kind, or are you can I see your face?
What am I wearing? Standard crew attire. Yep, you can see my face.
Okay. No fiberglass cuts. It sounds like.
No cuts. No.
Oh, you know what I also forgot? Does my lab rat companion have fiberglass cuts?
Yep.
I throw him out the window.
Oh, harsh.
So you guys reach the terraforming
Oh.
station. Yes, sir.
Steve, would that kill his pet rat?
Oh, that's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aww.
So
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So when your organic pet is killed, you have to make a panic check, minimum stress +1.
And whenever... Oh, no, the sanity roll. Okay. Well,
No, it's a panic check.
Yeah. Even if he didn't die on the, getting yeeted out the window, he definitely was dead to me emotionally because, he's a buggo.
Right.
I rolled a 53. Wait, I think I'm doing panic wrong.
Yeah, panic is a
panic check's
D20.
a D20.
D20. I didn't.
You want to roll. You want to roll over your stress.
So I want to roll higher than a 7 currently. All right. This dice got retired to this bag for years of abuse at D&D, and of course it failed me once again. It rolled a 4.
Okay, 4.
So-
You are overwhelmed. You have disadvantage on all rolls for the next 1d10 minutes.
And I gain 1 stress.
Increase your minimum stress by 1, yeah.
Oh. Okay, so my minimum stress is 2, so now it's 3, but
Yep. Yeah.
my thing is still 7.
So your current is still, yeah.
Okay.
Your minimum stress is 3 now.
D10 minutes. 90 minutes, so an hour and a half.
Okay. So you guys make it to the terraforming station. Let me put up an image of it. Here you go. So you can see on the back, there's this little ramp. That's kind of where you guys are coming up to and into the garage area. And the guy working the garage door to close it, that's going to be you, Jason.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going to get that thing closed.
If you were a Marine, I would have put you on the ATV, but Teamster, closing a
Yep.
garage door.
Yep.
So the ATV parks. You can park your APC here, and then actually the Marines do train their weapons on the vehicle and say, "Get out slowly."
We're armed, as a heads up.
Yep. We are armed.
Understood. Just keep your hands where we can see them.
I'll get out and I'll say, damn, that thing handles like my ex-husband.
I hop out and says, we were sent from the company and 2 of my co-workers were infected. I managed to gather the doctor's notes and learned a lot. We're not infected.
I'm Sergeant Valdez. Hold still. He's going to walk up, look at both of you, pull your sleeves, look at your arms. I don't see any cuts.
And can I check you as well?
He holds
Seems
up.
fair.
He's not wearing sleeves anyway.
I'm reaching for my life scanner. That's what that thing's called, right?
Yeah, or a bioscanner.
My life
something
scanner.
to that
It's like,
effect.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
check to see if there's an egg in your chest.
You can
And
see that?
Yeah. Nate and Tony, or Tiny Tony,
Tony, little Tony, little Tony.
little Tony,
Yeah.
we could see all of the situation going on with those. I'm sorry you guys haven't figured that out.
Well, we haven't. We had some scientists working on it, but they were back at the other facility.
Yeah, we burned that place down.
Was everyone already dead, or what happened?
As far as the original crew, there were 2 things still in some of your old troops' bodies, but I wouldn't call them alive.
Okay. Well, I guess it was the only way to be sure. Look, we got to get out of here. I think you guys should come talk to Brookman.
I'd like to reference the organizational chart. which I obviously actually don't know where that is currently. Who was that personally?
So Brookman's a medic.
Okay.
And he is, he's the medic of the platoon here.
I see. Okay. And he reports to Corporal Ivanok.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'm opening that up. I found that image.
Okay. So Charles T. Chairs, you are in the room while all this conversation is happening. Do you want to be involved in any way here?
I mean, I think I'm mostly waiting for the conversation to die down to join in. If I do.
Okay. Yeah. So that's basically what's going to happen now. Valdez is going to tell Betty and Noah to wait here and then run and get Brookman.
So, who was the Marine that we left back there?
The guy that was digging?
Yeah.
You never got his name, but because...
Yes, but Charles T. Chairs knows his name.
Oh, yeah. It was...
That's a good one.
Charles T. Chairs. It's good. Hold on, I'm trying to find him. The thing about him was it was on his dog tags. That was the only way that you could have learned it. And that would have required touching him, and that would have made the things come out his neck and fight you. But nobody ever touched the guy, so well done. His name was Sergeant Abara.
Okay. So yeah, when the CO, when that's Valdez, right?
Yeah, Valdez is the guy that was talking to him.
Yeah, when Valdez finishes talking to them and lets them go, I'm going to approach them and say, hey, you all came from the base, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see a trooper there? Goes by the name Abra. He's my husband, and I want to know if y'all know what happened to him.
Well, we didn't need very many by first name basis or last name for that matter. What do he look like?
Yeah, I give him a description of my husband. You know, sans paper cut markings and such not.
I think you guys probably recognize them from the description.
I go, I look at Betty and I look at, not Jason, Charles, and I go, or I guess I'd only see Chairs, considering it's probably just your last name, or whatever. What do I see, Charles, or do I see Chairs? What do I see?
I've got a big patch on the front of my coveralls that says "volunteer" in quotes.
It's like, well,
quotes, great.
Volunteer. From what I could tell, he went out on his own terms.
Damn.
Parentheses lie.
Like a hero.
We were only a week away from our 5-year anniversary.
Damn.
How long ago was that?
With sock in the shoulder like a Chimera's ring. Just.
Actually,
that sucks.
That being said, what was your name, by the way? I'm Noah Stenson.
Oh, I'm Charles. Charles T. Chairs.
Is Charles fine?
Yeah.
Pleasure
I
to
hold
meet
my
you.
hand out.
And I'm Betty Bell, the Teamster also.
Betty, it's good to see another working person out here. Mostly, we just got lots and lots of jarheads.
I noticed.
I guess that means none of the other scientific staff made it out.
You know, do I know if any of the other science or engineering staff is here?
Yes, Dr. Edom is here, and Dr. Kawaguchi, who is Dr. Edam's jealous rival. You know Dr. Edam because it was her research that you were supposed to recover.
Yeah.
And I have it.
So yeah, what about Sobol?
Yeah, Sobol, an engineer. I don't know. Is he a Teamster technically?
Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let me look at the org chart. Hold on, because the thing I'm looking at doesn't actually say what Sobol's job is.
He's an engineer.
Oh, he's an engineer. Yeah, he's not. He's probably involved with the running of the terraforming station, not necessarily like a research scientist.
Okay. Yeah, then I definitely say, oh, yeah. Dr. Edam and Dr. Kawaguchi, they're here.
That's great news. It's great news. Okay.
Yeah. So am I on... So, Steve.
Yeah.
Am I on, like, duty right now?
There's not really any such thing anymore. Everyone's just trying to stay alive, basically.
Yeah, but I figure in the trying to stay alive, we might be a little more regimented.
Well,
so I don't want to like leave my post, but if I'm not really leaving my post, then I can totally just take you guys to where Dr. Edam is, if that's who you're looking for.
Well, you could do that, but at the moment, these two were instructed to wait here for Brookman.
Then yeah. Then we should wait here for Brookman. Brookman.
Yeah. And right around now, Valdez returns with Brookman. He says, "Hey, were you guys sent by the company?"
Yeah.
Yep.
No Stenson, by the way.
No Stenson. I'm Brookman. Do you have? They don't give us first names in here. Do you have a? Do you have a ride out?
Oh, the company very much doesn't understand the situation here, and they want us to get the facility up and running again. Obviously, we know it's not happening. And we obviously can't use the radio to contact them.
Well,
they told us 10 hours. They don't hear anything, they'll come back down, assuming that it's beyond repair. Now, when they get to the landing site, they'll see that the place is burned down relatively recently.
You burned down Greta?
Sorry?
That you burnt down Greta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, wait, Steve. Like, how big did I blow that place up?
Well, the grenade was the explosion, but what you spread around was fuel, so it's more just fire.
Okay. Like, do you think we would have... So we probably wouldn't have been able to see that from, like, any of our vantage points here?
You know what? If you want to run to a window and look out, you can probably see smoke.
Well, I mean, like, we possibly would have seen smoke over the last, like, 20... Like, someone could have seen it and gone, hey, look at that.
I think it's possible, but for narrative purposes, I'm going to say it hasn't happened yet.
Okay,
nobody's noticed
that's cool.
Yeah.
But you can look now.
Yeah, if you now that you know to look, you can go see, hey, there's smoke.
Yeah.
Sorry, where was I in describing all this? They now it's the company, so we all know those bastards probably won't show up. But they said if we can make it 10 hours, they'll send search and rescue. But obviously, they're not gonna know not to use radios.
Yeah, if they put you at the drop site over by Greta Station, they're probably going to look for you there. And they will turn on their radios.
I mean, maybe this is a better conversation for Dr. Edam, but like, do we know how long of a range this sound that they produce projects?
Well, I mean, it's on the airwaves, so if you're picking up the local comms, you're going to hear it. Listen, Stinson, Bell, we were working on a plan to get out of here just before you guys showed up. It'd be great if you can help us with it. It sounds like waiting for your pickup isn't the best option. I'd like to get out of here before 10 hours. I'd like the person who comes to get us to come to the correct place. In order to do that, we need to take back the tower. Now this is the tower here on the other side of the dam. And he'll show you a map, and you guys have seen a map of this place before as well. You're in the big building, but the communications tower is on the other side of the dam from where you are. He says, we need to take back the tower. Right now it's overrun, but if we can get in there and get to the roof, we can communicate off planet.
Well, they seem to be susceptible to fire.
I wonder.
Yeah.
So, do you have a way to set up the tower for output only, no input, so we don't risk infection?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do you have a way to set up the tower so it's output only, no input? Or sorry, it's not receiving any sound in, it's only sending our broadcast out?
Well, all we have to do is avoid the local comms frequencies. Off-planet frequencies, it's a different frequency. And Noah and Betty, you guys would know this is true because you guys got infected not from talking to each other or talking to your dropship, but when Tony switched frequencies to get on the local communications channel, that's when you heard the shriek.
Right.
I heard that. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just Noah's a bit skeptical. Like, how can you be sure 100% that these things cannot use those off-world frequencies?
Well, I would assume that they can, but we need to communicate or we can't get out of here. Right now, we don't have any reason to think that they are. We know that they're, I mean, we've turned off the internal comm system, but we can put walkie-talkies on other channels.
And you've been able to use that?
We've been able to. We don't like to for just the reason you're saying. But like I said, there's no reason to assume these Karks are broadcasting to us. You know, it's a tight beam up to the relay satellite in orbit. It's not impossible, but we got to take some risk if we want to get out of here.
Of course. I'm not a soldier. I'm a scientist. So I'll do whatever you guys need me to, but...
Well, what we basically need two teams. I'm going to take Ivanovic and one ATV and go with the crew. And we're all going to go to the tower to take back the tower. Kawaguchi and Tanaka are going to stay because we need to manually reboot the orbital relay and reset the control room. If we don't have those things done, the tower won't be able to communicate.
All right. What do you need from us then?
Well, what are you good at? If you're a researcher and a teamster, maybe your job is the control room then.
Okay.
The rest of us, those of us more combat capable, can assault the tower.
What weapons you guys have?
They got a bunch of different guns. They got pulse rifles. They got SMGs. They're Marines. They're armed.
What seems to do better, pulse or lead?
From what we've seen, they're pretty tough compared to a person, but they're susceptible to all the same stuff we are. They're just bigger and tougher.
Hit them enough and they still go down?
So far, that's what we've seen, yeah. The problem is sometimes people turn into them, and we hadn't figured out why that was, other than the sound. You got this scanner for the eggs, that's great, but we don't know much about how it works.
From some of the research notes I found scattered about Greta, they use sound. I've had cotton in my ears for the past hour and a half.
So the question is, if they use sound, why are they on a radio signal? How is that sound being broadcast?
Yeah, I haven't exactly had a lot of time to investigate this.
Yeah, that's the kind of question that Dr. Edom was asking. And she's not wrong to ask, but for right now, I think we need to just get out of here. We can ask questions later.
And I agree. Sorry. Valdez is right here, right?
Yeah, Valdez is here.
Yeah. I produce Kaplan's tags, and I don't know how close you were to this man, but I figured I should give it to you as you're in charge. They hand him platoon commander Kaplan's dog tags.
Okay. All right. Thanks. And I might have to give you this. But Kawaguchi comes up and says, actually, sir, I think we need to get everyone to the tower. That reboot is going to be easier to accomplish from the control room inside the tower than from the one here. And they have a little argument off to the side about it. But ultimately, it looks like Kawaguchi wins. He wants to stay behind in the building here, but the reboot of the satellite relay has to be done from the tower, is what he's saying.
Yeah, what's that? What's a paleontologist? That's like a Earth and like biome thing, right?
What did you say? Paleontologist?
No, it says planetologist.
Planetology?
Planetology?
Yeah, okay.
Plants.
Isn't Dr. Kawaguchi isn't Dr. Kawaguchi a planetologist? What do the actual engineers say as far as how this machinery works? You're not an electrical engineer.
Well, no, but he's the one who was he's the one who's trained on how to use the relay.
Oh, okay.
So he's considered the expert in this situation.
Yeah. Basically, Brookman was trying to keep you guys safe by leaving you over here, but Kawaguchi's saying if you want the thing to actually work, they need to be over there.
Figures.
Well, we have a jeep and a tank, so how bad of an infestation are we talking?
Well, we don't know exactly. We know that we had to retreat from the place. There are carks all over the bridge between here and there, all over the top of the dam. And we have seen some of them moving in and out of the tower.
And why haven't they swarmed this bunker, by the way?
Well, it's a bunker. We have them locked out.
Okay.
And we have the signal off, so they can't get in that way. So what do you say? You guys going to come with us?
Well, I don't want to stay here. And I'm going to listen to the expert on the matter.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
Chairs, you understood Kawaguchi about the reboot, right?
Yeah, no, I'm in.
All right. We're going to take 10 and then we're going to go. Everyone get ready. That's our break. A little early. It's a good spot for it. So we'll come back and then we're going to storm the castle.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Welcome back to Tales from the Backlog. We are in another bug hunt. So you guys have teamed up with HM3 Brookman and his guys, people, and they're going to take the ATVs across the bridge to the tower. Well, I should say bridge. It's really a wall. Across the wall to the tower to try and get the orbital relay working again. The three of you are in charge of that last part, getting the orbital relay working, while Brookman and the other Marines are in charge of fighting off the Carsonids on the way there.
Okay.
That's
I assume we're
what's
still
that?
armed, however.
Yeah, you got
So we're
you got all
still
the
armed
guns.
and
Yeah, they're not taking your guns from you, but
okay. I hope not.
Yeah, Betty, you have the shotgun, or did you have something else already?
Let me see what she had to begin with was, I think pretty much melee, but I don't know what I wrote down. I think I had combat. I think I just wrote down what Jason told us he gave us, so
okay.
I pretty much, I mean, the shotgun's fine.
Yeah. Well, I know you
Me.
two have firearms. What does Charles have?
Charles has a laser cutter.
Okay.
Do
So are
want a
you
bigger
using
gun?
Discord Charles or old character sheet Charles?
New character Charles.
Got it. Okay. Charles and his twin brother Charles.
Betty, but between the SMG, combat shotgun, and pulse rifle, what exactly do you want? Just to be clear, so I know which one to erase.
I'll use the shotgun.
Okay, and then, Charles, if you're gonna be with us, do you want something bigger than that?
What are you offering him?
Because I have the little harpoon gun, I'll keep the SMG and give you the pulse rifle, assuming you're okay with firearms.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching my back, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna have you try and laser cut one of these because it's like a hand tool, not like how it is in Dead Space where he's like.
No, it's like an industrial laser. It's long range. It does D100 damage.
Oh shit!
It's
Yeah.
actually pretty mean.
Pretty intense, actually.
Okay, well then maybe I give you the SMG as a sidearm or something.
And could we possibly get more ammo from the Marines? Because I think I only have 2 shells.
Yeah, let me see how much you should get. Let's see.
In that case, I'll give you the SMG. How about that? Since I didn't realize how big your laser cutter was.
I mean, I'm not really looking to be shooting anything.
I mean, I'd rather
I'm
not.
not really
either.
hoping to shoot anything.
So you have a shotgun, you said, Betty?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, everyone take 1 full reload for whatever weapon you have.
Okay.
And assume it's full right now.
Is
Yeah.
this double barrel shotgun then, or what?
So the combat shotgun has 4 shots.
Oh, okay.
It does 40-10 damage, but if you're shooting something at long range or greater, it only does 1d10 damage.
Okay. And it holds 4 shells at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So I would have 1 reload after that. Alrighty.
Oh, here's the downside of the laser cutter. I don't know if you said this and I missed it.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the 1 round recharge between shots. It's 2-handed. It's heavy.
Yeah. It is a
I'm
tool,
aware.
not a weapon. But
I am aware.
it's a hell of a weapon if needed.
Yeah.
I'll give you the SMG then, and the 2 mags, just in case.
Yeah, you don't.
3 mags?
Yeah, because the one that's in, and then the +1.
No,
Yeah.
it had 3 extra mags.
Oh, okay. Well then, 5 mags counting the one inside. So
Yeah,
4
of course you keep the ammo you already have, and then if you have less than a full load, put like the shotgun it holds 4. So fill with 4, take 4 more.
How many mags of the pulse rifle did you have?
5.
Oh, you had 5.
It had 5 reloads.
So I'm at 6 now.
We got a lot. Got a lot of weapons.
So you just gave me one.
Weapons.
Now, if I go through all 6, I'm pretty sure that means we're losing.
Okay. It doesn't look that far. If I go through 8 shells, then we're done for.
Yeah.
Let's hope the Marines got this. I don't want to use my screwdriver.
I know the chat didn't hear this, but Steve is such a cruel warden. He made crying a take 2 action, so can't even do that in self-defense.
2 full turns.
2 full turns.
You can't move and cry.
I think we're squared away.
That's free for all the GMs out there. Anyway, so the top of the dam wall is about 10 meters wide. They're gonna take ATVs. Your APC would fit on the dam, but it won't fit out through the door. So you can't take the APC. You'll have to take the ATVs.
Yeah.
I'm depressed.
Sorry, but
That's unfortunate.
So I rolled 90 minutes for my panic. Have I taken a moment to like relax?
I'd say in the time it takes you guys to like get geared up and have all the conversation and get ready, yeah, it's the 90 minutes is up for sure.
Oh, also, did I misinterpret it? Was it 9 minutes? Not.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
deep
okay.
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Not. Yeah. Okay.
Oh well, then it was up basically
Yeah.
before you even got here, or
Yeah, makes sense.
almost up when you got here. Because yeah, when you met the ATV full of Marines outside, you were only 5 minutes from the place. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Brookman and Ivanovic are going to ride point, and you guys can follow in another ATV.
Yep.
Who wants to drive?
You guys want me to drive?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll drive.
Alrighty. So it's going to take 2 minutes for the ATVs to cross this wall. That's how long it is and how slow they are. As you guys
Sorry.
As you guys exit the hangar and get out on the wall, a single Carcinid is visible on the wall.
Does it see us? How do these things usually react, Chairs?
It sees you, well, it hears you for sure. It turns towards you. And as soon as the ATVs exit the hangar, 1 or 2 more. It says 1 or 2. That's a stupid thing to write in a scenario book. 2 more Carcinids climb out of the lake, the high side, and come up on the wall as well. So now there's 3.
We totally should have siphoned the gasoline out of the APC and made Molotovs.
What are the Marines doing?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're on point for a reason.
Yeah, they're starting to shoot. They're shooting bullets out of their guns. They managed to drop that first Carcinid that was already on the wall. And then one of the other ones that has come up out of the lake starts running at them. He takes a couple hits but doesn't go down right away. So what are you guys going to do?
Is it just enough room for the ATVs to be single file, or can they be side by side? How wide is this
Uh,
wall?
There's not quite enough room for them to be side by side.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you could pass. I guess you could pass each other, but to stay side by side would be pretty tight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Would you say that? Oh, would you say that one that is refusing to go down is it within 100 meters?
Yes.
Well, I might as well take a shot, right? What's the worst that could go wrong? Okay. Right? Right. Okay. And for that role, I just do combat. And does the military training even work for this, or does it need to be up to firearms to get the bonus?
Let me check that. I think it would need to be up to firearms, but
That's fine. I'm
I'm
okay
gonna
with that
double check
arbitration.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I assume to hit is just roll under by combat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Plus the bonus of your skill.
Cool. So, am I using military training? I'm sorry.
I'll say, hold on, let me look at a sheet real quick. I want to see how the two break down. Military training is a trained skill, and firearms is an expert skill. So yes, you can use military training because that's like basic training for the military, and then
Okay.
firearms would be like more of an expert thing.
Okay, sick. So we're at 45. And 28. Let's go. I shoot him with a harpoon.
Okay, you've harpooned him.
And I deal 1d damage, 1d10 damage. So we're gonna roll this one.
Roll that for me, please.
6. Now that creature needs to make a body save or become entangled immediately.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry.
Of course, of course.
I think you are likely to entangle him.
Noise.
You did not.
Oh my.
This son of a gun rolled a 1 on D100.
Well, at least he didn't crit.
But he takes the damage. How much was the damage?
6, and then he'll take an extra 2d10 when the barb is removed.
Okay. Yeah, he's fucked up.
How does he kind of respond?
Well, you shot him with a harpoon, right? So it's got a rope on it?
Yeah. Microfilament.
He responds by grabbing the microfilament and yanking it.
Ah, shit.
Go ahead and give me strength plus whatever skill is appropriate on your sheet that you might want to add. If you
Military
pass-
training.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, we can. This is a save. This should be a save. Call it a body save.
Ah, shit. Okay. And I don't get to use any skills for that, right?
No. Well, actually, before you roll a body save, I want to give you this option. You can let go of the harpoon,
Well, yeah.
or you can try to hang on to it and not get pulled off the ATV.
Can I cut the line? I feel like with a thing like this, there's an eject line button. And I'd have an extra harpoon.
I don't think you have time to process all that.
All right, I'll drop
mentally. Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay.
could. Should I fight him? Nah, I'm a nerd. I wouldn't do that. I very much
right.
established I'm a coward earlier.
It's true.
So if you're gonna drop it, then yeah, you can just let it go, and you don't have it
Okay.
anymore. But you did deal that damage with it.
Very cool.
And
shot my
I'll say with the hits that this particular Carcinid already took, he's gonna bleed out on his feet here.
He's also gonna get hit in the face with a harpoon gun.
Yeah. Betty or Charles, did you want to? I would think Betty's probably busy driving, but did either of you want to do anything else?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm only going to take a shot if it's really necessary. So I'm pretty much going to focus on driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot more. Like I'm here to help out with fixing the stuff in the tower. Like,
So you guys see Brookman and Ivanovic take down one of these carts, shoot another one. Noah harpoons that same one and then loses the harpoon gun. And as they're weaving around the one that was pegged with the harpoon, another carcinid comes up over the wall from the lake and slams into their ATV and flips it over. Brookman and Ivanovic are thrown clear of their vehicle.
Are they in front of us?
Yep.
mm-hmm.
But the ATV that they were in, it's hit so hard, it flips over, they come out of it, and it actually rolls over the railing and falls down into the river below.
So everyone fell out though. So everyone is on the ground now.
They're on the ground. They look bad. They were not thrown to safety. They are hurt.
Yeah, but they didn't go off the edge.
That's correct.
Chairs like.
Yeah, no. At that, like, Chairs is gonna get up and he is going to take aim at whatever the nearest Kark is, and take a shot with his laser cutter.
Copy that.
Excuse me.
T100 damage is so crazy.
Yeah, so I can roll like a 2 or a 3 on it. Assuming I don't completely whiff it. Because spoilers, I completely whiffed that.
Bummer.
Oh, cool. I forgot. Of course.
Take some stress.
Yeah.
Didn't. Okay, cool. Damn it.
Okay, so how close is that Kark to the guys on the ground?
Very close. He's gonna get him.
Who's gonna get who?
The carcinid that knocked over the ATV is approaching the bodies of the crash victims.
But are you gonna try and crash into that thing, or you?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. Was
yeah.
just ramming the 4-wheeler right into its legs or whatever.
It's a creepy bug body.
And as I do, like, I'm bringing up the shotgun and shooting it at the same time.
Nice. That's metal as hell.
That's Betty. She does have bad bitch as her patch.
Okay, so you're shooting at it?
Yeah.
All right, roll your combat, or roll your firearms, or whatever you've got for combat.
Just straight up combat. 44 under 54.
Good.
Or was it supposed to be over?
No, it's supposed to be under.
You're gonna be under.
Oh, good. Okay.
Nice.
Hey. So that's 12, 17, 25 damage total.
Oh, you know what? You killed it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna like bring it to a screeching halt and grab those guys. Guys?
Oh, you're gonna grab them. The men.
Yeah. Because there's no
okay.
one behind us, right?
That's right. Brookman's fully dead. Ivanovic is alive but unconscious.
All right, we'll grab the live one, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, I will.
The medic guy?
The live one.
Sorry, what did you say, Charles?
I will jump down and grab the live one and pull him back into our van.
Great.
Truck, whatever.
All right. So because you guys took an ATV instead of trying to sneak across on foot, which is an option in the book, but I didn't give it to you because it's a one-shot. You guys don't encounter any more Karks in the time it takes you to get across the wall. Those few that popped up are all that have time to pop up in this period of time. So you approach, and let me switch the image you guys are seeing here to another one. Nope, I pressed the wrong arrow. Let's press this arrow. All right, so 3 on this mini map is the lift that you guys are going to need to take to get up. And that's where you arrive at.
Before we proceed, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Does Ivanovich still have a firearm of any kind?
Yeah, he has a pulse rifle.
He still has that? Okay, cool. And how beat up is he on like a 1 to 100 scale?
I don't think you have time to examine him.
Is he hurt? Already, like he's definitely hurt.
He's knocked unconscious but alive. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
he was in
outside,
he was in a violent crash. He's definitely hurt.
I just stab him with a stem pack.
Okay. All right. You know what? Go. Let's move on from that. And while you guys tell me what you want to do, I'm gonna look up the stim packs and see how it's gonna affect him.
I hope it's magic juice.
Are we able to drive the ATV right into the next building, or we have to get off and go in?
You cannot take the ATV into the building. You have to get off.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go then.
All right. Ivanovich wakes up. He's got a broken arm, and he's limping, covered in blood, but he's awake, and he's gonna come along with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Ivanovich, we're gonna need you to be alive for this.
Yeah.
There is a third ATV behind you guys that arrives with PFC Tanaka on it. And sorry, I'm reading the book, but there's a lot of stuff I'm cutting out for the one shot, so I'm trying to filter things down on the fly. Sergeant Valdez is with Tanaka, so you guys do have a couple of functional Marines still with you.
Okay.
So you gonna be able to shoot his rifle?
I'm sorry?
Sorry. I take it Valdez is just like, he doesn't have like a sidearm. He's just totally SOL as far as...
You mean Ivanovich?
Ivanovich, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he can't use one arm, so he can probably fire a pistol, but...
Yeah. Okay.
So you've got the lift here. You see on the side of the building, there are 2 of those like cage ladders going up the side. And then as you go into the room, where the lift is located, you see a small maintenance closet off to the side that is locked. The lift itself does not move when you press the button. It's broken.
Okay, well, we've got 2 Teamsters here.
It will take a speed check at disadvantage. This is a mechanical repair or Teamster.
Wait, what?
Mechanical repair for a Teamster. I don't know why I said it the way I said it.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, because I don't know English. Yeah. So it's going to take 1d5 rounds to repair.
And
And
okay, how long?
we've got to check to repair this. We're rolling are speed plus the mechanical repair?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Could be worse.
At a disadvantage, right? Now, if we
At
work
a
on this
disadvantage,
together, can we nullify that disadvantage or no?
Sure, yeah, we got 2 Teamsters here. We can make it a straight roll. So which of you has the better chance?
I have
I've got
59 speed,
You
but
got the better chance. I'm pretty sure all your stats are better than mine.
okay. We'll just see if I can roll okay. And 42 under
Great.
59. So yeah.
Well, under
Plus
74.
Oh yeah.
the skill.
I forgot to add all that other Bradola. So
Yeah, so you succeed, but it is still going to take 1d5 rounds. Let me roll that in the Discord here. 2 rounds.
okay.
No carcinids appear during the 2 rounds. So you guys get the lift fixed, and you're able to go up.
In 2 rounds, can I make a splint for this guy?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I have a first aid kit, so might as well.
Yeah. It doesn't mechanically have any effect, but you can do that.
I just want to be nice.
No, good. He's like, oh, thanks, man.
Stabbed him with my stim pack, gave him first aid.
Hey, did you have to stab me with it? Like, you could have just injected me carefully. I mean, I was mostly
There were
unconscious.
bugs everywhere.
He's a little excitable. He's
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's punchy.
Fair enough. So the lift shutters and moves up, and you guys find yourself outside the control room, which is where number 4 is on the image there. This is a squat industrial control room, locked from the inside. And as you get up there, Ivanovich says, "Fuck. Brookman had the key card."
You,
I think Chairs has the ultimate key card. Like, point at your gun.
Yeah, like what kind of lock is this? And by that I mean, is it the kind of lock that I could laser through?
Absolutely. It's the kind of lock you could laser. I was trying to think, how should I adjudicate this? And then you reminded me that you have a laser cutter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of lock it is if you can cut through the bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, you can cut through it. One
Betty
round.
says, I gotta get me one of those.
Like that.
All right, so you can shear right through that thing. As the door swings open, you see a carcinid sprawled out across the whole room. I need everyone to give me a fear save.
What in the gadzooks?
Yeah.
Fear! Oh no. I'm a scared little coward.
Yeah, Betty's scared shitless. Roll a 74 over 34. So
I also doubled mine, but mine was only 35.
Did anyone fail the fear save?
we all,
we roll all over it.
You
Yeah,
rolled
both of us
under
rolled
to pass.
under it.
Under to pass.
Under it to
Yep.
pass? No, I failed it.
we both
Okay.
failed. I don't know
Both
about
failed.
Chairs.
How about chairs?
Chairs is checking how well he succeeded.
Ah,
Because Chairs got an 11
Ooh,
under
crit.
his 32.
Can you crit on a save? What's that mean if you crit on a save?
You rolled a critical. So you've rolled a critical. If the roll is a success, it is now a critical success, and something very good happens. If it is a failure, it's now a critical failure. It just says something very good happens.
Okay, so that's that tells me that it leaves it to me to decide what is very good or very bad. I will say that with your critical success, you can immediately see what is going on with this carcinid in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And what you know right away is that this thing is barely conscious and strapped down. So because you are able to process that really quickly for some reason, just it's a good day for you. You may use your critical success to give success to either Betty or Noah.
Who's got more stress built up?
Oh, good question.
I think
Nope.
I haven't
Noah.
rolled yet for my failure. Should I do that now?
Well,
I
you're
haven't
at.
either, I guess.
It's not a panic check. It's just a fear save.
Yes,
So
I'm just-
you'll get stressed for failing. You were at 7 before, so you'd be at 8 if you take this one. What about Betty?
Wait,
Am I not rolling a
Mhm.
d10 or whatever?
yeah, is he not rolling a d5 for that stress?
Oh, of course. I forgot I was using that. It's been 2 weeks for me as
I
well.
rolled,
Sorry.
I rolled a 6. So do we half it, or what do we do?
Yeah, it'd be
Be 3?
like-
Okay.
I-
Sure.
Well, that's
But I-
so. What I'm asking is, whoever has more stress, I want to help that person not go higher.
Right. And what I'm saying is I remember Noah saying he had 7. And what is Betty's current stress?
Betty's current stress is 2.
Okay.
Because this
so
is
no.
the first stress that Betty has taken.
Okay.
So yeah, then I'm gonna get help Noah through it.
Thank you. So I stay
Great.
at 7.
So
Ooh.
Betty will take 1d5 stress.
Oh, wait. I thought I just did take 1d5 stress.
It's for the same. If you just rolled that, then sure.
Okay.
What do you
So-
got now?
So you were at 0
2.
before this incident?
Either way,
Started
Oh,
at
okay.
2?
Great.
my minimum was at 2.
Yeah.
My current
Yeah.
was at 0.
No, your current is your minimum. Your current cannot be lower than your minimum. So you're at 4 now.
Oh, I gotcha. So I'm at 4.
Okay, cool. We're all square.
Oh, I understand now. I got it. I'm at 4.
But we're all square. We got 4 and 7 for stress values there. Charles, I guess, probably still at 0. I don't think you've taken stress
Yep.
today.
Well,
Or 2, right?
Charles is at 4.
Okay.
Is your min 4?
I failed that. I failed for my failed shot earlier.
Oh,
true.
right.
Cool.
So yeah, you guys are able to enter the control room, and what you see is this creature, this carcinid, is strapped down, and there's this wire cable of some sort running to the controls here in the room into the back of its skull. And there's like blood and ooze running out where it connects. It splits at this end into like several different, and it is like jammed into its skull. It's breathing in a very labored manner, and it looks like really beat up and pathetic. Its eyes, if it were human, you would think that this creature is begging for death.
Wait, so someone plugged it into the radio?
That's
That
what it
does
looks
seem
like.
to be what you're looking at, yes.
Warden, I have a question. So you've shown us this organization chart, right?
Yep.
So that like, and it's filled out MIA KIA, and I saw that as Noah, right? When I was in the Kaplan or the platoon commander's office, I saw the whole thing filled out as is.
I don't remember what you saw in that office, but what you would have seen, the KIAs, I think, probably some of them written in by hand.
Yeah.
But why do you ask, is my question.
I'm asking because Hinton and Ziegler are MIA.
Yes, those two are still MIA.
Okay.
You know that they are MIA on the chart, yes. And so
this
is
is a big
so are several other people, by the way, if you look at the chart. There are 5 others
yeah,
besides
but those are the
two.
2 scientists, right? That have sketchy titles.
Well,
I know
Dr.
this is a bit of a
Jensen
stretch,
is a
but it is a
geologist.
one shot.
Anyway, go on. Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump conclusions and ask not Valdez, Ivanovic. Do we have any clue what happened to Hinton and Dr. Ziegler? Is this any way they're doing?
They're doing? Why would it be they're doing? They've gone missing. We don't know what happened to them. I would assume that they've either been turned or destroyed.
Okay. I only asked because they're marked as exobiologics and a synthetic science officer of synthetics.
What does that mean?
Well, exobiologist means they can study alien biology, and I don't know if them being here has turned them into mad scientists or not. But I thought I'd ask.
Listen, man, keep your conspiracy theories to yourself till we get out of here, okay?
Well, I had high stress. I'm sorry. I'm not built for this.
I'm not built for this.
Yeah, I say we plug this thing.
So the answer to your question above the table is no one could possibly know what you're asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Well, how are the Marines reacting to this thing?
Oh, they are confused as hell. They're like, what the fuck? And I would say at this point that Valdez probably shoots the thing in the head.
Okay, well, if he hadn't, I was...
Right. Yeah, I was like half a blink behind him.
So, I am going to put a little fast one on the system here. Without consequence for failure, I would like all three of you to roll an intellect check.
Oh, I'm horrified. Still scared.
Yeah, still scared for sure.
Got it.
Well, I got it,
Okay.
'cause that's under 40. Do I crit? No.
And Betty?
30 under 51.
Oh, so you all see it. The window outside of this control room, you see two Carsonids scaling the outside of the building. And at this exact moment, as they're about to break in, that's when Valdez pops this Kark that's plugged into the radio. And they suddenly stop. They get super confused. One of them falls off, and the other one just climbs away somewhere else.
Oh my god. It has to be some type of like psychic feedback.
That was weird.
Like, before we did that, I was actually going to ask if I could use my mechanical repair to, I guess either mechanical repair or industrial equipment, to try and figure out like what was actually like what this thing was like really plugged into and what that was doing.
Without even a roll, you can tell for sure it was plugged into the transmitter.
Okay.
As for the other end of the cables, Noah would have to roll that with exobiology.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna.
If you want to. If you feel like you already know enough, you don't have to.
I don't think it's actually the most relevant thing. What I'm actually more concerned about, are there more hidden Karks in this room? So I Mediscan.
Right.
Or Bioscan.
Yeah, Bioscan. You find the two that you saw outside the window, and you detect what looks like probably a couple others climbing on the building outside, but in this room, none.
Okay, and like I check where like the vents might be, so we're good. Okay, I think we're in the clear. You guys get to work.
Yeah, let's try and fix this thing up.
So how hard is this to fix? Do we need to work on this as a team or what?
I'm looking for the numbers on that. So you need to manually reset the control room, which doesn't take a roll or any time or anything. You were taught how to do it before you guys left by Kawaguchi.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just get this. You can reset this room, and then what you're gonna have to do next is go up on the roof to where number 5 is. That's the orbital relay, and you're gonna have to reset that as well.
Okay.
But as far as this room goes, you guys are done here.
Is there a ladder or stairway leading up to the roof from here?
Yes, there's a stairway going up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's a ladder.
And Noah can keep an eye on his bioscanner to make sure that at least going up, there's no carks too close to us.
But actually, can we take a 2? Yes, I can do that. I can do that, chairs. But can we take 2 steps back? While you guys are repairing that thing, I'm gonna dump out my liter of hydrochloric acid, and I want to just collect a blood sample, and just so that we don't come back empty-handed.
Yeah,
hopefully I can do
absolutely.
that without getting noticed.
In order to do that before anyone comes at you, I'll need a speed check with whatever skill is relevant to what you're doing.
Would you let me use exobiology?
Absolutely, yes. It's very applicable.
Okay. Then we are looking at a flat 50. All right, let's go. Come on. Because I feel like if we come back totally empty-handed, we'll do all this without any pay, which still sucks. Oh, that's a 60 on the okay. 63.
60 above 50?
I failed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while you're trying to take a blood sample, a Kark wanders in from the hallway. And I'd say, Chairs and Betty, when you see this thing come in, it doesn't seem to be very interested in entering the room, actually. It bumps the door frame on the way in, and it kind of staggers a little bit.
What do the Marines do?
They start shooting.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll let them take point on that. I'll save my ammo.
Well, let me rephrase that. They're about to start shooting. Are you guys going to do anything about that, or do you want them to just start shooting?
I'm going to put my hand on Valdez's upper arm, just wait a sec, and just see if it comes in, sure.
Yeah, so it's kind of half in, and it looks at all of you. It looks at you the same way it might look at a tree. It's just like whatever. And then if you wait 30 seconds, it kind of staggers back out of the room. It looks disoriented and confused.
Very weird, guys.
I mean, it's almost as if the dead one being plugged in to whatever this local, whatever the general radio frequency is here, is fucking with them.
Yeah.
I write that down as an amendment to Eden's notes an extra page.
Betty sort of has an epiphany, but she doesn't really want to say it out loud. She kind of want to says it in private to Noah.
Okay.
You can pull Noah aside.
Just about the station back there. About what
You can pull Noah aside if you want.
Yeah, it was just if we had left alone and come here, there could have been a couple more Marines alive. Maybe. What do you think?
Like Nate and Tony?
Yeah.
I mean,
like Nate, Tony,
we could have saved them. I wanted to, but I only know what we know. There was no way to know that this was even possible.
Yeah, I guess. So it's too easy to second guess yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss them as you know, as much as I don't think we got along all that well. I'm gonna miss them.
Let's just get this over with.
Okay, and all right. Also, you guys almost done there? It looks like.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
Is the bioscanner one hand? Like, can you operate with one hand?
You can hold it in one hand. I think it's kind of like like a
okay.
phone that's pretty big. So you need the other hand to push things most of the time.
So I couldn't give it to the guy with the broken arm and just make him hold it.
He could use it, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd make him hold it.
All right. So yeah, ladder up to level 5 there. As you get on the roof, it is now raining heavily outside. The roof is really slippery. There are guardrails along the side of the roof here. Perched up on top of the dish, you see a guy with a huge weapon. And your Marine friend, Sergeant Valdez, identifies this as Sergeant Underhill. They thought he was dead, but he's up there with this giant... Charles, you would probably be able to identify this since you've spent so much time around the Marines now. It's a Wilbur Mark II anti-materiel rifle.
What the fuck?
And he's sniping Carsonids.
Oh, thank God!
He's been this whole time.
Oh my God!
You thought he was shooting at you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Too much
No,
House of
man.
the Dead bullshit.
He's a regular ass guy. He's shooting Karks.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness gracious!
That was good. That was unintentional dramatic build up there.
Oh man, I've seen too much
Well
House of the Dead, man.
Yeah, so adjacent to him is his synthetic bloodhound Marlowe, which Valdez identifies for you. And Underhill sees you guys come up. He's like, "What are you guys doing here?"
Rescuing us? We fixed the dish. We can get off world.
You gotta
Sorry, I
reset
didn't
this
mean to go.
thing.
Yeah, we're about to fix the disc.
You're gonna have to get down from there. If we turn that on, I'm pretty sure it'll be vaporized.
That's not how satellite dishes work, moron. It's just a radio. I love this exobiologist thinks that a satellite dish will vaporize someone. That's awesome.
I don't know, man. Submarines, you know, if you were next to a whale, you'd blow up, right? So, I don't know.
No.
That is true in real life.
What?
The sonars from being next to a big whale would kill you.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound real, but I'm not that confident in it because you sound really confident right now. Anyway, no, you're not going to get vaporized by being on top of a radio when it turns on. Yeah, you're going to need to reboot this thing the way you did in the control room. To manually reset this array, it's going to take a round. So the Carsonids are starting to recover from their disorientation, and they're starting to climb up. One of them peeks over the edge of the roof, and Underhill blasts it. So who is going to roll? We need a speed check from probably one of our teamsters to reset this thing.
I mean, my speed check, I'm pulling mechanical repair, would be 55.
What about you, Betty?
My base speed is 59. Excuse me.
Sounds like you've still got the higher numbers.
Yeah.
Sounds like nobody changed their stats since the last time we did this.
You should try using drugs.
No.
Mentat.
All right, go ahead, Betty. You can have advantage because of Charles here helping you.
Okay. I will make sure I pick this. So, okay. Just making sure I do that right. 64?
Is that a pass?
Yeah, I think so because it's under.
I think it was because you had 59, and then it's plus
Yeah.
your mechanical repair skill.
Yeah.
15. So yeah, it's that sounds like a win. So you guys get it in one round. I've got to skip ahead a bunch. And you are able to connect and call your ship in orbit. You get the relay back up. It pings the satellite in orbit, and you're able to call your ship that brought you here and dropped you off. Now, what you have, 3, 5, 7, 10. One died. You have 9 people plus yourself. Note 10 because of Hillman. Or Underhill. So you have 10 people plus yourselves that need to get on this dropship. And it's in the storming rain as this thing comes. It's going to be a few minutes before it gets here. Sorry, I'm trying to find the page that I was looking at before. So it's going to be... because of the storm, the dropship can't make a landing. So it's going to have to perform a hovering rescue. So it can get the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you off of here, and then it's going to have to go back to the hangar for everyone else. You 3 player characters plus the 3 Marines that came with you and Underhill. That's 7. So, and then everyone else is back at the hangar. The way a hovering rescue works is that the co-pilot of the dropship has to descend on a cable with a harness and take one person up at a time.
Okay.
There's no way to land. Ideally, what you guys... Well, I don't know what's ideal. You guys might want to go back to the hangar to be with everyone else. Or you might want to stay here if you're worried that going back across the wall would expose you to more danger. What do you think?
It can. So all of us here currently, it'll leave 3 people, or does it have to go back for 3 people still at the hangar?
So let me see. There are 10 NPCs listed as being in the hangar. One of them died, which was Brookman. So that leaves 9. But then you 3, it makes it 12. Plus Underhill makes it 13. So 7 of you are here. That's 6 left back at the hangar.
And how many people can fit in this aircraft? Right now.
You can all fit. But it's just a question of how long it takes you to get up.
I think we should all just go.
I think we should just take the opportunity now and get up in the ship.
Okay. So, to clarify, it's not now. It takes time for the ship to get to you as well. So, you do have time to go back to the hangar so everyone's in one place if you want to.
I guess either way, we'll probably be fighting Karks.
Well, quick question.
Yeah.
Looking down over the railing, how many Karks are on our trucks?
Oh, on the ATVs that you brought here?
Mm-hmm.
None. They're not interested in those. But looking down over the railing, you see several on the building.
But they're like so disorientated. I'm not sure.
Are the
Karks that are climbing the building, do they look disorientated?
No, they have shaken it off.
I think we hold out here and then go make 2 trips, personally.
Yeah.
You do have Underhill with that rifle, but he says he's only got 11 shots left.
Well, if he's that badass, he can have my pulse rifle.
Well,
I'm thinking if they're ignoring if they're mostly ignoring the trucks and they're just coming for us, and they're not coming up from the inside as well, then potentially we could just bugger the fuck back down.
I'm gonna hold to my coward's decision. If you can convince Betty, I'll go with you guys, obviously.
What about this? What about this ladder on the side of the tower? Would that go from here down to where the trucks are?
yeah,
it looks
it would
like it.
actually.
And
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, and they're both covered
They
Or
got
at least-
cages around them. Yeah.
completely.
Except for the very top and the very bottom, yes.
Okay, so I'm proposing that we actually try and skedaddle down those ladders, just pile into them trucks, and hustle the fuck back to base.
And we will all fit into ATVs, right?
You can all... Yeah, there's 2 remaining. You'll all fit onto it, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And Cody, the rifle that Underhill is using right now is an anti-materiel rifle. This is a type of rifle that is designed to shoot equipment, like vehicles and buildings.
Yeah.
So giving him your gun because he's badass isn't really going to have the same effect.
I know, but he's still a better shot than me.
Yeah, well, that's probably true, but yes. Just wanted to make sure you were clear on what's going on.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm thinking that, or I'm suggesting that, explicitly because I don't want to try and outlast these things for 10 minutes up here.
That's a good point, too.
Okay,
We have a finite amount of ammo, also.
Well, sounds like you've convinced Betty. Let's go.
Yeah, with Brookman down, I think the Marines are following your lead at this point. Because you guys seem like the smart ones.
Is that how command works?
Well, a lot of the leadership has been utterly decimated, so...
All right, well, what are we waiting for, I guess?
All right. So are you guys going to take those ladders down?
Yes, sir.
That's my plan. I figure we
All
can slide down those quicker than we can take the elevator down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, I think there's still a couple inside.
there may be.
Probably.
Okay, so everyone gets down the ladders. I'm going to say... whoever has the best speed... Let's have a speed check.
I'm a nerd.
I know that Charles T. Chairs has a speed of 40.
Yep.
And mine's less than that.
Betty?
I rolled a 50, under 59.
Nice.
Okay.
My base speed is 59, yeah.
So the speed check was for the space between the bottom of the ladder and the ATVs and getting them going. You're able to get on them and get them going back towards the hangar before any of the Carsonids get to you. But you do see that the Karks on the wall climbing around on the tower that were going up to get you turned and came down after you.
Great.
So now I'd like to know, Betty has been the driver a couple times. but we have 2 ATVs that need to be driven. So
Mhm.
I'll assume Betty's driving one. Who's driving the other one?
I'll drive it.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think I have good skills for it personally.
All right. Well, the driving part isn't necessarily going to require any skill checks, but we'll see what happens. I am now going to roll to see what happens in the 2 minutes that it takes you to get back across the wall. As you guys drive across the wall, you see Carsonids start to come not only down off the tower, but also continue to come out of the lake over the wall. They're climbing up. Miraculously, every one of them is coming up behind you. They are not able to get in your path or to attack the ATVs that you're on. But by the time you get back to the hangar, there's more of them than you can easily count. At least in the time that you have. You've got to get inside and lock that door. And then you wait. After several minutes, you eventually get a signal from the drop ship that it is outside. So like I said, the way that a hovering rescue works is that the co-pilot's going to have to descend on a cable with a harness. It's going to take a few minutes per person. Mm-hmm. This goes more or less without a hitch for the first 3 people. After which, I think the noise of the dropship itself keeps the Karks away. But after these first 3 people, the pilot informs you that the storm is getting worse, and he's afraid that it's going to crash. He's going to crash if they don't take off now. So I have questions for you guys. Are you the first 3 people?
If I'm gonna be totally honest, if I think Dr. Kawaguchi, Dr. Eden would probably be the first to. Dr. Kawaguchi, because he's an asshole and thinks he's more important than everyone else. Not having talked to the guy. And I don't know, Dr. Eden just because, non-military personnel. That's what I think. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I know Charles is not in the first 3.
Typically, Teamsters aren't picked first.
He's probably down towards the bottom of the list of who's getting brought up first.
Okay. What I'm hearing from all of you is none of you would try to be in the first 3, so you're not.
Well, I think I would if the first 2 scientists go, I would totally just bitch out and be like, look to see if there's an opportunity, and be a coward.
I think if Dr. Edom and Dr. Kawaguchi are the first 2 out, Ivanovic will probably put Sobol on next.
And that is an engineer. Okay.
He's an engineer, yeah.
Okay.
After that, it's going to be you 3, because everyone else is military, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Getting killed is kind of their job. But yeah, after those first 3, what's going to happen is, I'll just tell you guys the mechanics here. For every additional person rescued after the warning, there is a cumulative 10% chance that the pilot loses control and the dropship crashes. Yeah.
40,
So I got a D10 here.
50, 90. Well, we're definitely leaving someone behind.
Do we have any type of skills that can help
Well,
this
no.
pilot? None of us are pilots at the end of the day. I get that,
Right.
but like, fudge.
Well, no, so how many soldiers got lost on the bridge?
Just the medic, I thought.
Yeah, just the one guy, Brookman.
Okay, well, if everyone goes up, that only takes us up to 90%.
Yeah, but like,
That's quite the gamble. But what the hell?
what are the okay? Well, let me ask this: what are the odds that they could do another rescue tomorrow? Not for me. I'm going up there. I'm a little crybaby. In fact, I'm on that plane already. I'm first. I'm fighting for that slot.
While you
Pilot, what are the odds that you can make another pass at this?
Like tomorrow or even today.
No, make
If any-
like if you can get out of the bad weather for a minute and come back.
well, the weather's only going to get worse for several hours. Are you guys going to last that long down here?
This bunker seems fine.
I mean, would you, like Charles looks at Noah and says, "Would you want to risk that?"
No, you know that. Wait, well, I guess you don't
Exactly.
know that. You met me today, but
Exactly.
While you guys are having this discussion with each other in the pilot, you remember when I mentioned Marlowe? The synthetic bloodhound that was with Underhill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Marlowe suddenly starts growling at Underhill.
I met scan him.
He's infected.
Oh, I mean, Noah, I'd like to point out we're on this evac vehicle, and he's still down there.
Oh yeah, we're on there. Oh, my brain totally thought we were arguing outside in the rain for some reason.
I actually also thought you guys were arguing on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, you did say the
Because
next.
the warning came after the first 3 people went up.
okay.
So if we get on it, there are going to be 3 dice rolls immediately, and if he ever rolls a 1, 2, or 3, we're hoed.
Yeah, that's correct. So you guys are the next 3. That makes sense, given who's here. Marlowe is growling at Underhill. And you've
I
scanned
don't have
him.
my medi scanner.
Oh, you
I
gave it. You gave it to Ivanovic.
Yeah.
He would have given it back by now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so you can tell Underhill that he's infected, if you would like.
Oh hell no. I don't know. I want to leave. You know. Charles
I
put
think
some
we
good
should tell
point.
him.
We should just leave because I'm a crybaby.
Okay, who's going up first?
I mean, I get the impression that Noah's going to
Noah's
push,
going.
shove, and kick a fit to be the next one up.
I don't know
That's
if it'd be,
what
I
I'm
would
getting to.
suggest it, but obviously everyone has guns here, so if I'm pushed too hard, they might just shoot me.
Okay, Noah, you get up.
Okay.
Who's
You
next?
roll dice.
Yeah, I'm rolling dice.
Okay.
Next person gets up unless it's a 1 or a 2. Who's next?
Okay.
Charles or Betty? Who?
Betty, you go.
You sure?
Yeah, but can I retcon something?
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's hear it.
Can I get that bioscanner from Noah before he leaves?
I was gonna. Actually, if I did the bioscanner while I was still down there, I would have definitely told Betty. And I feel like I probably would have been close enough to Charles at this point to also try and let him in, and maybe even not Ivanovic. No, Ivanovic.
Well, I want to scan everybody who's still here.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, keep scanning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Betty
all
goes
right,
up
I'll
next.
go.
You get up. Charles, are you waiting until last?
Well, I want to. So we're on our 3rd person now going up.
Yeah.
Is anyone other than Underhill infected?
Of course, you can scan them all. I for some reason I was thinking you were going to scan each person only as they were going up.
No,
That's stupid. That's dumb
no,
as hell.
I scanned everyone.
Yeah, only Underhill. It's just him.
Yeah, and
And
I'm gonna be pretty open about that too. Like, hey, buddy, hey, CO, you're infected. Apparently,
Yeah.
you didn't notice that earlier.
I know. Marlowe's pretty good about noticing that kind of thing. Well, I'll take care of it. Underhill's gonna walk into the bunker, and you just hear a bang.
Okay. It works.
Marlowe whines.
Wow, that was pretty damn badass, if you ask me.
I mean, I think we should send. So who's hurt? Is it just Ivanovic?
Ivanovic's pretty hurt, yeah.
I think we should send Ivanovic up next.
Well, it's basically your call. Everyone else is... Well, your other two player characters are already up there, so...
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to leave anyone behind.
Ivanovic gets up safely.
I shout. There's no way you would be able to hear me shouting.
No, there is no way I'd be able to hear you shouting.
The pilot can talk on radio, but there's no way anyone can hear you.
Yeah, Valdez, like... What are we doing, man?
Chairs, I think you gotta go. The rest of us, this is what we do.
Yeah, I'll go up next. And the whole thing comes down.
How do you know?
Because that's my luck with this game.
It's literally a 4, which is the minimum number needed.
Mm-hmm.
The maximum number needed.
Yay!
To make a crash happen.
Oh no! Hold on.
You kidding me?
All right.
We all
Here's what.
died.
Oh man, Sobol was already up. So, no, you're not going to all die. The storm brings down the dropship. I need everyone to make... Well, you might all die. Who knows? But I need everyone to make a physical save.
Body save?
Yeah, body save.
Okay.
Wrong system.
It's not my bad.
Well, let's hope I roll a crunchy 33. Oh my Lanta! I rolled. Holy shit! I rolled a
9.
4.
Rolled a 9. I rolled out of it.
Nope. That's a 40 over 35.
I critically failed.
Oh gosh. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me look up. Okay, so a regular failure, you're going to take a blunt force wound. Now this is a wound without dropping to 0, so you're just adding a wound. You're not changing your hit points.
Yep.
Or your health.
Yep.
You take a blunt force wound. Noah, you crit failed?
Yes, sir.
You're going to take a blunt force wound and a bleeding wound.
Okay.
So I'm just rolling a d10 on that wound chart.
I don't think so. I think... Let me see. No, you're correct. Roll a d10 on the wound chart with blunt force, and Noah, roll for blunt force and bleeding. So you're rolling twice on the chart, which is on page
29.
Something. 29. Yeah.
Okay. Where's it there? Okay.
Oh.
So
you broke your neck, didn't
and
you?
bleeding.
No, I broke my back.
Oh,
Oh shit.
okay, you broke your back. Disadvantage on all rolls. That's pretty generous for a broken back.
Yeah, it is.
Noah,
Okay.
what'd you get?
Okay. So for my blunt force, I rolled a 5, which is hand or arm broken. So
Okay.
minus some manual tasks. And on a 9, oh, I have been impaled through the heart or throat slit. Death save. So what are we doing here? How do I death? Okay, so I don't.
I make a death save for you.
Oh, because we want to hide it.
Yeah.
Okay. That is, but
So-
one thing to note for those that aren't playing. Death saves are intended to be hidden from all the other players.
Yes.
In the rules, they say you roll the dice and then you cover the dice with like a cup.
I don't have to because we're remote. So, as soon as someone checks on Noah's vitals, I reveal what happens.
So I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted. Who's even conscious right now? Both of you guys?
So, we've just resolved
I
all
rolled
of
a
you
9.
guys. I'm gonna roll a D8 to see how many of the Marines survived. 7. 7 of them survived. So you 3 and 7 other people are alive. Everyone's injured. Noah's unconscious.
So I figure I'd go check on Noah since I'm probably feeling
Yeah,
alright.
I feel like I need a lot of help checking on Noah right now. So
Yeah, you have a
You
broken
even walk
back.
with a broken back?
I don't know. I feel like the rules don't make sense because it says back broken, disadvantage on all rolls. Like,
I've seen people still walk around with a broken back, to be honest.
well,
It
to be
depends
fair,
on how the back is broken.
it depends on how.
Yeah.
That's true. When I first got an X-ray of my spine one time in my 20s from a chiropractor, there were 3 places that he found where my vertebrae had broken and healed without me ever knowing. So it can
I had
happen.
the same thing happen.
Yeah. Anyway, what you find when you check on Noah, he's unconscious and dying and will die in 1d5 rounds without intervention.
Oh,
All
thank
right.
God.
Well, I know he has a
Unfortunately-
first aid kit,
Yeah.
so I will use that.
So you
on
managed
him.
to keep him from dying in 1d5 rounds. But as you guys all sort of crawl out of the smoking wreckage of this dropship, you look out into the pouring rain. So thick at this point that you can't even see the tree line where the jungle starts. And there is an entire ring of carcinids surrounding you in every direction.
Oh yeah.
And as you all sit there, the Marines reaching for their weapons, trying to get shots off, every carcinid near you begins to shriek. And you all feel something get inside of your head. Every one of you is now infected. And that's the end of our story.
Great.
The cotton balls don't help. I'm just kidding.
No, they do not, Noah Stinson. No, they do not. Dude, Cody, this is your favorite character, my favorite character of yours that you've ever played.
Why is that?
I just love the cowardly scientist angle. It's great, man.
It was surprisingly more fun. I mean, it's definitely more engaging than Buck. Buck got to be really cool. This was very much more fun than just being a good person.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so obviously we skipped a lot of stuff. This is to really be done like the full-length version of this. I mean, there are suggestions for running it as even a one-shot. We did a two-shot, but the full-length version of this, I think, would be 6 or 7 sessions. It's long.
I can see that.
There are locations that you guys didn't even go to. Upon reaching the hangar, the full-length version of it would have 3 factions with different missions that they all wanted to try. I only gave you the one that was let's get out of here. There was another faction that was let's research them and find a weakness, and another faction that was we want I don't even remember what the other one is. I focused on the let's get out of here faction, but yeah, and then there's like you could go to the Carcinid Mothership, which is on the ground, not far away. Like, there's so much you could do in this if you wanted to. It's crazy. I was really hoping you guys would get off the planet, because getting off the planet is the best ending, because the guy on the ship in orbit is infected.
Of course he is.
That's what I wanted. I wanted you guys to get up there and then get locked in the decon chamber while he just starts grinning at you with his paper cut face. Like, I wanted that ending, but this was also good.
No, you know what? I kind of figured something like that might have already happened. So
Why not risk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the risking was just like, what are we gonna do? Like, you know, oh yeah, send it away for a day and then it comes back. Like, are we gonna survive another day here?
Right.
If I'm being totally honest, unless that one that was strapped down and plugged in was doing something really specific, I feel like if they were surviving here for weeks, like another day is risky, but like it's probably fine.
Well, I think that, like, my impression was that one literally was the one transmitting whatever this shit is over the radio waves.
Yeah. So, of course, for any viewers, if you've watched this far and you're planning to be a player in this game, fuck you already. Don't do that. But,
I mean,
spoilers for what could have.
Because I already looked on your redacted.
You already looked before I redacted it, yeah.
Ago, and I saw that a bunch of this was due to that the MIA android had been infected and was fucking around with stuff.
You know, I hoped I got to that before anyone saw it. I thought, Jason, you might have seen it, but I knew I could trust you, so I didn't care.
Yeah, like whatever, man. Like, I'm like whatever. Like,
yeah. So Cody,
like,
Cody nailed it earlier.
Stuff, it didn't seem like something that was going to be like, we didn't even talk to Dr. What's their name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Dr. Edom. Yeah, and that's correct. Cody nailed it earlier, and I was very honest that nobody present could possibly have known, but it was Hinton. Hinton went crazy, the synthetic. He went nuts. He decided he wanted to join with the Carcinids, and he figured out how to plug one into the radio and to extend their reach and become like a Carcinid overlord. His idea was he was going to transfer his consciousness, become a Carcinid himself, and live forever.
House of the Dead shit, man.
Yep.
Wow.
I can't imagine trying to actually, like, play this for, like, multiple sessions.
Yeah.
You'd
so
have to have...
fragile.
It's so
know, maybe, maybe, because we were doing that, like, increased stress thing.
Sure.
So if we weren't just eating one stress per failed roll, like, that was fucking eating Tony alive, because he was hitting 4 stress like every failed roll.
Yeah, you have bad dice luck. That is true. So you were definitely screwed by that. I will say 2 sessions is a channel record for Mothership. We did play I don't know what they call it before first edition came out, but the Kickstarter version, we played a one shot of that, which Alan ran way back, and we all died in one session. I died first, I think. Yeah, this is not a game you're meant to survive. It is a game where it's alien and you're everyone except Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver's not here. Like, that's
right.
That's what the game is supposed to be like. So ideally, the most fun version of it is to last as long as you can and then die in a cool way, I think.
I mean, yeah, I feel like this has got the deck stacked a little more against you than that movie did.
Maybe. Well,
I mean, considering
in the sense
nobody
that
but her and Jonesy made it out, I still think this is stacked against you a lot more than that.
Yeah. But that's the selling point, right? Like,
yeah.
It's a hard game and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think I could maybe, if I had critiques, they'd be for myself to draw it out longer and make the horror more real. But I'm not always great at that kind of thing. So yeah,
it was fine. Like that's
Yeah.
if I've got critiques, it's more just my vibe on it, like
Mhm.
system wise, and like I like that characters are pretty quick to roll up. I don't like that. I really do need a character sheet for it. Like it really wants you to have that, and if you don't, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the character I was playing tonight, who I discovered, or I was informed, like right before we got together. Oh, hey, your character sheet doesn't have your character on it. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad. I mean, I don't know why I would have, but I felt bad for not looking at it 11 days ago when you sent it, because I was like, I could have given him a week and a half to roll this up.
Oh no, I am really certain if you had looked at it a week, like 2 weeks ago, you would have just seen my character on it.
Yeah, maybe that's.
I don't know, because like
how
that was
Murphy's
a really weird tech end of things where like all of those character sheets, I started looking at them when Cindy posted her that new backup character you had, and they're all coming up blank on my usual PDF reader.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
But no,
That was
it's
weird.
like, but like trying to get into it, it's fine. It's fine.
I
Yeah.
personally had a ton of fun, and my critique is less about
Cody,
like
did you get to do things with your character that you like that your character was built around?
yeah. I mean, it sucks that like you get mind controlled.
No,
like
I like explicitly like Cindy's first character got taken out like 40 minutes in.
yeah, it sucked.
And Tony never got to do any of the stuff I was hoping he'd get to do.
Right.
Oh yeah, that sucked.
Like neither of those characters got to like really do much. That was like, oh hey, I've got like a bunch of guns, I can shoot my guns. Nope, didn't get to do any of that. Like
Yeah.
like that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like I had a not like I understand it's not. My experience wasn't super great because I felt a little like, oh, I'm immediately like just immediately blocked. Immediately, oh yeah, all that stuff you thought you might do, nope, you're not.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
that can I still get to have my opinion.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
I will say even okay. So imagine Noah survives, right? I think this game does really fail at like the same problem D&D 5e Ranger has, like the 2014 version. Specialize in one thing, and if you don't just like ask the DM, hey, what are we doing, and make an appropriate character, you fucking suck, right?
Yeah.
But about this adventure in particular, I think walking in and then having the whole party be infected immediately, like I could have failed my roll, right? Everyone could have failed the roll immediately. It just
Right,
kind of
we could've
like
all-
makes the story suck, I guess, in my opinion.
But
But
at the
also-
same time, like we got infected because of a choice I made. Like that
Yes.
was like I recognize that wasn't just the adventure doing it. That was me going, oh, I'm gonna do this thing I think is semi-reasonable.
Well,
And it was
I
like,
don't.
oh yeah, that was. It was like I get, and like I don't mean that as like a critique of the adventure. Like that's on me. I made that choice.
I would jump in here. I don't want to spend too much time just critiquing the game or the adventure, but I will say this is one place where I would critique the adventure, because it was really the way it is written. It assumes that you're not going to try to tap into the basis communication system until later on, if ever. And to me, it, like you said, Jason, it is the most obvious thing to do first. You want to talk to the people in there, you get on their comms, obviously.
Right.
And
That
so
seems obvious to me.
Yeah, the way the adventure's written, it assumes that you don't get infected right away. It assumes that you encounter some people, you maybe see a carcinid or two, at some point you get infected. But I'm like, if the infection is literally on the base's radio communication, how is that not the first thing that happens? And that's why when you did it, I asked you, are you wearing an earpiece or is there a radio on your shoulder? If you had said earpiece, it would have been only you.
Yeah.
And that was, yeah.
And like, I see that a lot is like, it's very like AD&, like first edition AD&D tournament adventure bullshit. I get it. I don't really like it, but I get it. But I also get like, as an adventure pacing with like players, like, yeah, like going in and immediately like, okay, half of you are infected when it's 3 players.
Yeah.
So like 2/3 of the players were infected, and yeah, it feels a little. I also didn't like that we like. I mean, you told us, and I appreciate that. I didn't like that you had to do 2 damage to someone to knock them out of it.
I would argue this to you, Jason. I think had your expectations about the game been different, you would have had more fun. Because the idea of building a character that gets to do what he's built for, I feel like just doesn't even apply in Mothership.
Well, I mean, more that like,
I disagree.
It really felt like I was an idiot who walked in, went, "Oh, there's something in this hole here. It looks important. I'm gonna pick it out." And oh, cool! You've just like your arm gets disintegrated.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. The damage thing is more just like it felt like, oh, cool. You can do like you need to do actual violence to someone to knock them out of it, and I feel like that's not necessarily a first reaction to that.
Right. Why would you just go up and whack your buddy in the head?
It might depend on the situation. For me,
the rule says.
Go ahead.
Remember, the rules explicitly call out if you're doing violence, you're failing, right? So with that expectation, I feel like this game is very strange to have so many guns and lasers and stuff when like it's outlined to be a last resort, obviously.
Yeah.
I before we get too far off, I want to know how the hell you're supposed to spin the story of like, yeah, we're going to join the crazy scientist and like join up his plan to become a Carson to even like talk to him. Like what? Like how did we even get there in the adventure module? Obviously I didn't see any of it. But
no, you're never trying to join Hinton. You're trying to join Dr. Edom. You're trying to rescue her research. You're never trying to join Hinton. He's the villain. Okay. But you guys didn't even meet him in this version of it because we just did sort of the 2-shot version. But I would say this about just sort of the genre of it. The touchstone that I keep coming back to, because I really think that this game is largely built around it, is Alien. The Marines especially in the second one, there's not really Marines in the first one that I recall, but in the second one, the Marines, like, they're the idiots that die the fastest. Like, obviously, being a big guy with a gun is not the move. And so that's why I think, that's why I'm saying, like, if your expectations are more in tune with the tone it's trying to hit. Because I remember when I played it, I felt similarly, but maybe not as much as you, where it's like, I built my character to be good at things, and he failed at everything, and I was like, well, that's what this game is for.
Yeah, I mean, to come at that a couple ways, if they didn't want as much aliens, a quarter of their character types maybe couldn't have been shoot guys.
Yeah. I agree.
And like, I'm not like, I think for me, I'm not really in the mood to be playing you constantly fail at things right now.
Like, fair enough.
That always
I can have fun with that sometimes. I feel like I've had fun with that before. And I'm just like, I'm doing a little better right now, but like, I'm still not in a great, like, yay, I'm just fucking everything up without it being like some fun ass slapstick.
Yeah.
And I hear you.
That's like the end of that going, oh yeah, Like when you're like you're looking and it's like, oh, did I make it? I didn't make it, did I? That shit crashed on me, baby. Like I knew that was fucking happening. Just like my vibe on it. But I want to ask something real quick before we go. That melted pile of metal and shit in the armory. What was that?
It was the weapons. There was nothing. There was nothing like to get too deep into
with it. It was just a thing.
Yeah, it was just a thing. Okay. They melted the weapons.
Says how they got that way.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's so
I've
weird.
already closed the PDF at this point, but
that's all right.
I've also
I was
already
just
closed
curious
up the
if there was like something more to that because I was like, oh, that seems weird. I don't want to touch that.
No, there was nothing.
That, there's going to be like a hermit crab that comes out from under it and gets me, and I just want to torch the whole place.
Yeah.
No, there was nothing like that. All it was like I said before. For some reason, the adventure or the scenario or whatever assumes that you haven't all gotten infected immediately. So that was part of the slow build to what the fuck is going on here. Okay. There was nothing deeper than that.
Yeah. I just there are certain things I really do like for this because my favorite part about coming on Tales from the Backlog is just stealing stuff. You know what I mean, right? Favorite part. And I said this in the pre-show. Probably gonna try and run a one shot. Probably gonna try and write my own little like narrative and just essentially it's just sci-fi horror, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think characters are too specialized to do anything useful. I feel like
they are a little bit one-sided.
I think Steve's really got it with that though. Like you want to go into this. You're expecting everyone to die. Everyone's supposed to die. No, even if we got out, the best case scenario is we get up to our ship and, oh, hey, there's someone infected on the ship already.
Yeah, we just kill him at the end of the day. If he's only like level 1 infected, it's whatever.
No, but you wouldn't have killed him because I would have ended the session as soon as I revealed that he was infected.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like if anyone's seen Event Horizon, like they go through that whole movie, they get away from the monster, they get rescued, and then the door closes. And they're, hundreds of millions of miles from Earth, sealed in a demon spaceship that's alive because it went to hell or something.
Right.
That trope is as old as like movies.
Yeah.
Right. Like it happens in Alien versus Predator. Oh, sorry, we should end the stream. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, so we got to end the stream. Yeah. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see everyone on Friday. If no more deadly plagues come through the group, we'll be finally back in our